Not everybody's day goes according to plan. A lot of people, when their day falls apart, go online and share what's happened. I share their stories with you. Epic fails on Rock 107.
Have you heard about the lonesome loser? He's a loser, but he still keeps on trying.
I went out on a date with a cute girl. Everything was going great until the food arrived. She not only shoveled food into her mouth like it was going to run away, she also smacked, sucked her fingers, and laughed out loud with her mouth completely full. It was like dining with a 5-year-old. A coworker has an office next to mine. The walls are not soundproof, so I can hear him farting loudly throughout the day. He spread a rumor around the office that he can hear me farting all day. Another coworker told me and gave me advice on foods not to eat that gave people bad gas.
I'm a loser.
I had a job interview and I thought, well, this is going pretty well, until I got the hiccups. The interviewer immediately said, yeah, I think we're done here, and sent me away.
Loser.
Their lack of success makes us feel better about our lives. Epic fails on Rock 107. My boss told me to kick out of the hotel anyone who was clearly a prostitute trolling for men. I spotted a woman in a miniskirt approaching a guy in the bar, so I went up to her and politely asked her to leave. Turns out she's the hotel manager and the man was her fiance. I got fired from my security guard job.
Loser.
My mom walked in on me shaving the tops of my legs. She called me a freak since apparently women aren't even supposed to grow hair there.
I'm a loser.
Same as always, I still have to take a moment to distinguish between right and left. I'm 21 years old.
Everyone in here is such a loser.
Their defeat is our victory. Epic fails on Rock 107. I had a job interview. I was feeling upbeat and confident that I was going to get the position until I saw that my main qualification on my resume was being a real N-bomb and, quote, getting bitches and hoes 24/7, end quote. Yeah, my brother changed it as a prank.
You're already a loser.
I wore my tightest, slightly too small push-up bra and low-cut top to impress a guy at work. He came over to borrow a pen. I leaned down to get one out of my bag, and my nipple popped out.
You're a slacker loser, and out of a possible 10, you're a 2 at best.
My new colleagues took me up on the idea of a group night out. Perhaps they'll actually invite me along next time.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
2 people had to be rescued when they fell into a chocolate vat at an M&M Mars factory in Pennsylvania. No one openly mocked the victims when they were rescued, but there were definitely snickers. A new study says being an optimist adds years to your life. Not such good news for Mr. Rant here, huh? Britney Spears got married yesterday. Old habits obviously die hard. She lip-synced her vows.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Been a tragic but delicious way to go. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. 2 workers at an M&M factory in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, just outside of Hershey, had to be rescued yesterday after they got trapped in a huge vat of chocolate and couldn't get out. One report said the chocolate was only about waist high, which was lucky. Otherwise, they could have drowned. Someone called 911 around 2 p.m. and said 2 people weren't hurt, but they couldn't get out of the tank. They were taken to a hospital, and it sounds like they're okay. No word on whether it ruined the whole batch or if they have ways to decontaminate the chocolate. It took a while to get them out because rescuers had to navigate their way around a bunch of little orange men doing a song and dance number.
Oompa Loompa Doobity-Doo, I've got a little song here for you. Oompa Loompa Doobity-Dee, if you are wise, you'll listen to me. What do you get when you take the M&M tour? Peering and poking your head like a boar, looking over that chocolate sauce, thinking it'd be delicious to swim in the tank. Now they've got to rescue you. Oompa Loompa Doobity-Da, please keep in mind you're not a candy bar. You should not be covered in goo like the Oompa Loompa Doobity-Doo.
following rant may cause you to pull your hair out, scream at the radio, punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to Loudmouth Yambag at rock107.com.
Hey, I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and here's what's got me jacked. I saw this headline recently in the Citizen's Voice. Wilkes-Barre boosts pay for summer jobs. Gets more applicants. Yeah, no duh. Look, you've been hearing it all over for the past 18 months or so. Business owners, managers, bosses, etc. will say, I can't get people to work. No one wants to work anymore. Wrong. No one wants to work for what you're offering in compensation anymore. That's the right statement because this headline proves it. You pay more, you get more people. You offer better benefits, you raise wages, you treat people better, you don't expect them to have no life and just work for you, and you get more applicants. The tide is turning in this little capitalist experiment in a way that it hasn't since maybe the organized labor movement of the Industrial Revolution. Long gone are the days where you can afford to offer minimum wage and demand overtime and afford the company attitude. It seems that during the pandemic, many people started to think, what am I working for? Fewer and fewer people in this country want to live to work, and more of us want to work to live. Find that balance that allows us to make a living, yet spend time doing the things we love with the people we love. And I say that's probably a good thing in the long term. Yeah, it hurts like hell for many businesses right now, but I believe we have to do something to swing this pendulum back the other way a bit. Because since the mid to late 70s, that pendulum's been swinging away from unions and labor and the like, and firmly towards the sides of rich capitalists and business owners. So maybe it's about time all that potential energy that's been hanging out on their side turns into kinetic energy in the opposite direction. You still think no one wants to work? Then why is the side hustle, the gig economy, and employment in that industry grown about 30% in recent months? There's a saying in corporate America. People leave people, not organizations. And yeah, that's true. Better bosses keep more people. Treat employees better. Offer them a little more money, more benefits, flexible work hour. Work from home if you can. Listen to them. Create a culture that benefits both of you and not just the company, and you'll keep more people and you'll hire better ones. Or, keep bitching that no one wants to work 79 hours a week for $8 an hour. Again, no duh. People want jobs where they can make a living, feel respected, and still see their friends and families and live their lives. If your job doesn't offer that, it's not that no one wants to work, it's that no one wants to work for you. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man!
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with #IFoundProspector and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
I'll keep waiting for Sheets to do this kind of hookup. The owner of a gas station in Phoenix was in the news back in March after he lowered the price of gas to give people a break. He was selling it for 10 cents a gallon cheaper than he paid, so at a slight loss. Well, it turns out he never stopped. A local news station in Phoenix just did a follow-up, and he's taking an even bigger loss now. He currently sells gas for 47 cents less than he pays. He says it's worth it to give people in his community a little help.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector
on Rock 107. What's a yambag? A fool, an idiot, a blockhead, a dunce, or an ignoramus. A dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Week.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
Don Mattingly's son Jordan was arrested in Indiana last Monday after drunkenly crashing his car and then immediately driving it without a tire to a local dealership where he tried to sell it. He's facing multiple charges.
Nominee number 2.
Someone broke into a guy's apartment down the road in Trout Run, PA and only stole pierogies. They went into his freezer and took a 5-pound bag of Mrs. T's pierogies valued at $10. Cops say the investigation is ongoing.
Nominee number 3.
A 21-year-old guy in Dallas, Texas was upset at his girlfriend, so he broke into the Dallas Museum of Art and started breaking stuff. He did over $5 million in damages. Two of the things he broke were a vase and a pot from ancient Greece that were about 2,500 years old.
Nominee number 4.
A man in Florida was caught by police after stealing a jet ski on Sunday. The guy was basically stuck floating on the water because he didn't know how to operate the jet ski and he didn't know how to swim.
And the winner is...
the guy who did $5 million in damage at a museum because he was mad at his girl. Now he's facing life in prison. This is why you punch a wall and risk your own stuff. You're the Yambag of the week. Stay tuned for more nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, weekday mornings, right here on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.